Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to steel tie. Just in case if you haven't seen any of my videos, steel tie looks like this. You can get a short one or a long one, whichever is your best preference. I like the long ones because I'm just comfortable with them and I just like them. Alright, so I'm going to steel tie upper left 4, which is this one here. So before I steel tie and get into that, I'm going to show you something. So when it comes to steel tie, depending on where the wire is lifted on the bracket and where, so for example, I'm going to steel tie this. Let's say it fits in perfectly in the slot here on this bracket, and let's say this wire is up like this because the tooth is rotated, so it doesn't fit perfectly like this. So that's why you would need a steel tie. So determining which side is lifted up like this is going to determine where you're going to put the pigtail at. The reason why that is because that's what's going to push this down and apply more pressure to engage it more into the slot of this bracket, so you can straighten out that tooth. So I'm going to get right into it. You grab your steel tie. Basically, it's your Matthews. So I'm going to just, out of the camera. So you get your Matthews. I'm going to grab it. Lock it into place. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So when you get to this point right here, you're going to bend it like this, kind of like a U almost, and you'll see why. Bend it like a U, and you're going to want to close this part just a little, not too much. And then normally what I do, I twist this extra piece here. I'll twist it just so it's not poking the patient's face while I'm doing this in their mouth. So this is how I did it. Can I get a better look at it? Alright. Upper left 4. So when you place it, so right now we're just assuming, use your imagination here, just so you can see this. Let's say this wire's up. This one fits in perfectly, it's in, but this one's up. So we're going to tie it off this way. If it's the other direction, then we're going to tie it off this way. Oh, wrong bracket. This way. So as you're doing this, because it's a little bit harder for me to do it since I'm holding onto this, I'm going to show you real quick something. So once you go in, can you see that there? You're going to go in like this. You're going to pull. Close this off a little bit. You go in, pull, and as you pull, it's going to automatically snag and lock into place almost. So once you got that in there, keep tension on it. You're going to twist. Now right before, I don't know if you can see that, right before you get closer to the wire as you're twisting, you want to stop just enough. So this is the part I was talking about where it gets a little bit harder for me because I'm holding onto this. You're going to get your Explorer or your finger, preferably Explorer, or Scaler, even better. Always away from the gum, never towards the gum. You're going to go down. Now remember, this is up. So we're going to push down. You're going to push down, and then you're going to keep twisting this. So one hand is pushing down on this to engage it more, and you're twisting. Because otherwise, if you don't do this and you just continue on twisting, depending on how bad the rotation is on the tooth, what's going to wind up happening is you're not going to get the full job of what it is you're trying to do out of this to get the rotation out. And plus, it's going to break right around here somewhere, or sometimes down here if it's that bad. So since this tooth is not really crooked, nutty, I'm going to keep going. So just pretending I'm doing that. It's this way. And you keep twisting all the way. Then it's here. You're gonna cut it short. Some people, because I travel a lot, some people like to cut it long. I don't like to cut it long due to the comfort of the patient. I prefer to do it short. And probably about right here is good. That's how short I make it. Some people make it this long. You'd be surprised. So I use this Matthews to tuck it in, roll it inwards. Just rolling it in just like that. As you can see, focus, there you go, it's rolled in. So when the patient eats something, when it's longer than what I have it, a lot of times I've seen this winds up unwinding and jabbing the patient either in the cheek or in the gums, or sometimes this just gets undone and it gets loose. It's just a big headache. So everyone's happy, just keep it short. Wherever it's lifted at on the wire, that's where you're going to put the pigtail. If it's this side's lifted and this side's in, then you're going to do it this way. Roll it behind the wire, and then place your O-tie on top of this. A lot of the times, for some reason, if the patient has a lot of plaque, they drink a lot of coffee and a lot of plaque buildup, hygiene is not good. After you're done placing this, when you place the O-tie, don't expect the O-tie to stay on. It would sometimes fall out right away, or sometimes it'll fall out within a day or two, or right away when they eat something. That's because, again, of the plaque buildup. But at least you have this, so it's still holding onto the wire. You can also let the patient know that, give you a heads up, because we place something here, there's a possibility your O-tie could fall off. That's if they really have that bad hygiene, but I'll leave that up to you. So don't freak out when this comes off and call the office and think something's going on, because sometimes you wind up getting in trouble and they think you did something wrong. In actuality, it's because of the plaque of the patient. That's really the reason why the O-ties came off. But most of the time you can put them on and add both of them on. Basically it just comes a cosmetic thing after, just adding a color after you add in this. Alrighty, hope this video helps. Perfect. Like and subscribe so I can make you guys more new videos.